Hi, everybody. Welcome to another GameItAll.com podcast. My name's Lucas Grimm.
Hey, it's Pino.
Sexy was Rick.
And I'm Remnant Defender.
All right, so we have a full cast here today, and what are we going to be talking about throughout this day?
Yeah,
Go.
stupid
See,
people.
The only thing that we can talk about, Pokemon Go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's taken over the internet.
It none of the there has been no good news throughout the entire week. Like either new releases or new content about games. Nothing has been released. It's all been Pokemon Go.
Because people love their Pokemon.
Oh
Damn
yeah.
straight.
I mean, why not?
Since the mid '90s.
96 is when Pokemon started.
So mid '90s, it's been a phenomenon. And then this is Nintendo total domination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they built off the Ingress servers and idea.
Yeah, yeah. Running for 6 years.
Actually, a little bit more than 6 years.
Yeah.
It's been up like
Forever.
7 with the beta
Yeah.
testing.
And then in a couple of days, Pokemon's already beat it. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I was
This,
actually I came home with a friend of mine and we were gonna hang out and do some stuff, and then it was like, hey, there's a Clefairy over there. Let's go get it. And we ended up walking around town for like 3 hours.
So, because Pokemon Go is going to take up all of this podcast,
Uh,
there is some stuff that I want to talk about before that. So, before we get into all the Pokemon loveliness, let's talk about the few things that we got confirmed for news. First of which, there's a Battlefield TV show coming.
Oh, really?
it better be Bad Company.
On what channel?
That I don't know yet. As of right
Ah.
now, Paramount Pictures is the ones doing it, and the reason why they're doing it is because the Battlefield series has such a strong progression of story.
Uh, it better be Bad Company. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm really hoping for.
It's probably not even going to be based on any games, but be its own self-titled.
Its own entity. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
what series did they make? Medal of Honor. They made like a 10-part series, and it wasn't based off any games, but it was still an excellent series. It was still really good.
but it was World War II, and it was
Yeah.
like Band of Brothers or something like that.
I don't remember any of this, so that's
Yeah.
I
It was
don't
a
know.
while ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember any of that.
I don't either. Don't worry.
So now this is just one of the many big budget video games that we're seeing being turned into TV properties. Call of Duty is actually getting a TV property very soon. We know that
Movie.
it's been in works for a while. So, and before that we had Skylanders, which is actually coming out this autumn for Netflix, a Netflix exclusive series. And Activision's studio has been working very closely at that. So that's interesting to see that we're going to be getting like TV franchises from these video games.
Yeah, but Skylanders, I can totally see Skylanders. That makes sense.
Why hasn't Skylanders been a series before
I don't
this?
know. It should have came out after, like, let's say the second or third iteration of the game,
Yeah, I agree with that.
like a couple of years ago.
But, with Call of Duty, it's going to be a cinematic universe, as, everything is now. And, yeah, so we know that's coming, and supposedly Activision Studios is also working on, what was it? Diablo, I think it was? It was one of the major Blizzard properties. But we're going to probably be hearing a lot more on that very soon.
I guess. Okay, cool.
I'm not going to say I'm excited for it because, why would I be excited to watch Call of Duty as a story?
No,
It's
unless Treyarch is telling it.
yeah, I'd probably go for it that time.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what they do with it all.
Now, aside from that, we got told that there is going to be a new character join Dead or Alive 5 last round. Another one, because God knows they haven't finished updating that game.
Because when did that originally come out? It's been
What?
quite a while.
Last round came out in 2015.
Yeah.
And, 5 came out a few years before that, because you had 5, then Ultimate, then Last Round. Last Round was supposed to be the definitive cut. That's it. We're not adding any more except for downloadable costumes. They added 2 more characters to it.
They pulled a Capcom.
They pulled a Capcom.
And they just kept releasing more versions, and they're like, oh, you need the super awesome hat version.
Yeah, exactly. So now the new character we're getting is a fan favorite familiar of the SNK series, which is Mai Shiranui, which everyone would know as the half-naked ninja with the big boobs. So, the one that fits perfectly within Dead or Alive.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It's DOA.
She fits so well with DOA that it does not surprise me.
Well, they have a volleyball game. What do you expect?
Like the small trailer they released for it, they incorporated everything that was, everything that a DOA character should have is the best way I can put it.
Titties and swords.
And bounciness. There was lots of bounciness.
Their assets.
Their assets.
Well, the DOA, they have their own physics engine for,
For each one. Yeah.
It's kind of like with Street Fighter with some of the bigger guys.
Yeah, that's true. Like Russell.
Yeah, him or some of the other ones. So
I don't remember if Birdie has that physics engine on his gut anymore. It's been so long since I played 5, and I don't really want to go back to it. I'll watch people play 5, but I can't do it. It bugs me.
Well, it will be at EVO, so.
And that's the perfect time to watch it. That was actually the next thing I wanted to talk about. EVO is this weekend.
Yes, and it will be broadcast on ESPN.
It will be broadcast on ESPN. Of course, it will be on Twitch and YouTube as well.
But
and
major sports network.
Yeah, first time on a major sports network.
That's not really saying much. Simply because ESPN has been falling in popularity. Right now, all they're doing is scratching at their head, lifting up their shoulders, saying, hey, why don't we give it a shot? Who knows?
Well, let's try this. It might work.
It might work. We might bring in more viewers. But at the end of the day, when it comes to sports news, it's all on the internet. Have you looked at TSN or ESPN lately?
No.
At work, no, of course you guys don't. But at work, it's on the TV, and there's this guy essentially wearing a magician's suit making predictions. Like, who the fuck wants to watch a guy you can't take seriously make predictions? Like,
that guy would make a killing on YouTube.
He probably would. On TV, where it's mainly old people watching, no. I'm sorry, but no.
Like, is he wearing like full-on magician suit or like clown suit?
Yeah, he's like big hat, probably has a rabbit underneath it. It's all sparkly, and he's making predictions in sports.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well then, See,
And at halftime, he cuts a lady in half. You know.
No, it's like between sporting events, they'll have like news, and they'll have him making predictions. It's like, why would you have this when you can have rallying events or pre-recorded events playing?
Yeah.
Like, I would
We
much rather see a racing event from another country being aired than some guy making predictions when he barely knows what he's talking about anyhow, right?
we don't have a TV at work.
we do,
We're
but
we're
it's all.
poor.
So, actually, that is a good lead into. Well, actually, I still want to talk more about the Evo stuff because I don't know about you guys. Evo is one of those major events that I will watch no matter what happens.
Well, it was like this past week with Games Done Quick.
Yeah, like games done quick. Depending on the game, I'll jump in and I'll watch what's going on. But Evo that's the spot where I start watching. Like, you have my attention, full undivided attention. Show me these people fucking blasting these fighters, because to me it's the most entertaining thing that I can see. Like,
Yeah.
esports in general, I have a hard time watching like League or even Call of Duty being played. But you get a fighter, you get a fighting game up, and you get people that are fucking excellent at it, and I can watch that all day.
Well, and this year it's the first year for Pokken.
It's the first year for Pokken.
So-
It's also going to be the first year for, well, first time we're really going to see Tekken 7.
Yes.
And that is what I'm excited for. Tekken is always a great Evo addition. What else is in the Evo lineup?
I think there's Mortal Kombat.
That will be fun to watch,
There's Street Fighter 5.
of course.
What else was there? I know there was a couple other things.
Okay, I found it. So we have Street Fighter 5, Smash Bros. Wii U, Killer Instinct, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Smash Bros. Melee, Guilty Gear 3rd, is it Relevator?
I don't know. It's Guilty Gear. It's Guilty Gear ...
Pokken Tournament, Mortal Kombat X, and Tekken 7. Those are the 9 games that will be taking place between July 15th to the 17th.
Is there any streaming on the Nintendo games?
Normally there is. It's all done through Twitch anyways.
Because didn't Nintendo have a thing?
Yeah, they did have a thing, and they still do have a thing, but I think that thing had been lifted for Evo.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but
you're
I'm
sure to
pretty
see freaking like Mortal Kombat stream. So
yeah, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat, you're definitely going to see those.
Anything not Nintendo.
Yeah. You will still see the Nintendo stuff if you watch the Twitch, I'm sure. Like, one way or another, you will. I'm not too sure of the details that's going on there, what's happening. Yeah, so that's this weekend. I'm so excited. Next weekend is San Diego Comic-Con, which we are going to know the first new character of Overwatch. And
It's going to be one of two people. It's going to be Farrah's mom or the Power Fist guy. I forgot what his name.
No.
No, like in the museum, in one of the maps, you see his fist on display.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the two of the major. That's one of the major things. There's something else that's getting announced at San Diego Comic-Con, and for some reason, I lost my notes on it. So.
You never had any notes. Just admit it.
I'm guessing a movie or two.
Yeah, more than likely.
We're obviously going to see some movies and stuff, but yeah.
World of Warcraft 2. Overwatch.
So, since we were talking about the stuff we had on TV at work, At my place of work, what we have is Netflix up. Now, this is probably going to be changing very soon because I don't know if you guys have been following this court case here, but it is now illegal to share your passwords. It is federally illegal.
Yeah, I saw that online.
That's
That,
gonna be awkward.
Why share it? Just set it on, set it to automatic, and not tell people.
Mhm.
oh, exactly. I mean, that's how you really work around that system.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that does affect a lot of people because there are people who will just share their password for Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, whatever they're using.
Steam.
Steam even.
Well, here's the thing: is how are they going to decide this person just logged into a console and left it on, or this person gave away their password to someone else?
They can't. It's one of those laws where it exists, but there's really no way to enforce it.
It's
As I
just
say.
there.
And
Like,
if
what are they gonna do? Have someone in a ghillie suit hiding behind the tree in an office?
That
I
would
mean,
be awesome.
I could see it. I could see it working more of a if you log into someplace in Pennsylvania and someplace in Canada, then you probably shared your password type
Or
of
you
a
got
deal,
hacked?
or you got hacked,
Yeah. There's no.
or
Like I
you
said, there's
loaned,
no way they can enforce it.
or you
Absolutely.
loaned them your laptop.
Yeah, it's one of those things that there's no way that they can enforce it, but if they did go through with it and somehow did enforce it,
Yeah.
that can actually put you in a federal pound me in the ass prison
Yep. Well, what's
just
gonna
for
happen?
sharing your password.
Here's my prediction. It's gonna be like when they made smoking illegal in front of buildings in New Brunswick. For like a week, they were serious about it. You got caught, you got fined. Now they don't care. What they're gonna do is they're gonna catch 5 or 6 people, and they're gonna punish them as hard as they can to make a point, and then they're just gonna drop it because it's not gonna be cost effective to hunt them down, right?
Right.
But they figure if we make a point, maybe some people will actually stop. But there's, like I said, there's no way they could really enforce it.
And of course,
Absolutely no way.
how do you go backwards compatible on that? I shared my password. It wasn't illegal. All right, so X and Y down in Pennsylvania knows my password.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
grandfather
not going
law.
to change it. They're still going to know it. I didn't share it, but they're going to know it.
Yeah. But again, that's part of the grandfather law, but you have to prove that they knew it before. But again, like they're not going to enforce this law. Absolutely not.
And how can you prove they know it now?
That's just it. It's like in Canada, if you go hunting and you don't eat a lot of meat and you just have a cooler full, but a forest ranger comes in with a warrant or a cop, checks your cooler and sees a whole lot of meat, they can charge you with poaching, even though you didn't, just because your cooler is full.
Huh.
Yeah. Which is bullshit. It'll go to court, but without evidence on either side, it's going to get thrown out. It's unenforceable, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those laws that gets put in place that you're just it's something to tack on to try to get you into court.
Yeah.
And then once you're in court, they'll try to get
That's when they
something
can.
else rolling.
Kind of like DMCA.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Perfect. Perfect example.
That is a great example of it. So yeah, that's a scary thing, especially like in my line of like where I work. I can't give much more information about it, but it does involve people's like with people's passwords. You do see people sharing their passwords so that they can get technical support or access to stuff that they
Don't
give
get
it
me, don't get me started on that shit, though.
exactly. So
I work at a college, and people are like, hey, I can't log in. Here's my username. Here's my password. And we're like, why? Why would you
do
send
that?
someone your password over email? Ever.
Don't ever do that. Don't
Especially on
ever.
a school server, because those aren't exactly the most secure one.
I mean, my college actually is, but we're a technical school. Like,
Oh, yeah, well, that's different. I can hope you got a secure server.
and even then, people get compromised all the time because they get an email and they're like, oh, This says if I don't provide my password, my account's going to be disabled. Better give
dear
them my
God.
password. God, people are stupid. Sorry. I could
Nah.
rant on that for days.
So we'll move on from that part of the conversation here. Let's talk before we once again get into Pokemon Go.
You fucking cock tease.
So the early reviews of the new Ghostbuster movie has come out, and surprisingly, the critics are saying that it is fucking good. Which, you know,
It better be.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised because I hated the trailers. The trailers look horrible to me.
Yeah, but trailers can screw you all, you know.
Yeah, trailers usually can screw you over one way or another. Either it looks great and you go see the movie and it's complete shit, or in this case it was the complete opposite where it looked like shit and the critics are coming back saying, oh, it's actually pretty fucking good. There you go. Like, to be honest, I had a feeling that it would be good just because of the cast that's in there. They are all comedic characters, like actors that have done very well in the past. So I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be bad. It probably not going to be as amazing as we expected, but, you know, watchable. So the fact that the reviews have been good critically has sent the internet back into a fucking frenzy, saying that Sony has paid those critics off.
Yeah, but that happens. It's the internet. Are
Yeah.
you surprised? No.
Honestly, the only way we'll know is once we actually see it.
Yeah,
But
once
in
we
my
see
opinion,
it for
it is
ourselves.
weird. It is weird that it's getting good reviews, in my opinion.
Because there was
Well-
such a backlash.
Yeah.
Well, we do movie reviews, and I haven't seen a single cent from Sony, so you know what?
Screw
Well,
Sony. Your movie's bad.
Did he say it was
Official
good,
review
or?
by, Sexy Voice Rick.
Oh, we haven't actually watched it as of yet.
But yeah, I will watch it when it gets released on DVD or whatever, or streaming or whatnot, and I'll make an opinion at that point in time. My only thing that they should have changed was they should have not just called it Ghostbusters. It should have been called Ghostbusters something
The Next Generation,
or something,
Extreme Ghostbusters,
or rebooted or something.
I
A
don't know.
reboot would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, Ghostbusters restarted or
Something.
Ghostbusters with tits. I don't know.
Something else, like
Yeah,
something that acknowledged the past. Yeah, that like all of that is definitely a good argument.
But like that's all I have to say is they should have had a different name.
Yeah.
But other than that, I will watch the movie when I get to watch the movie, and I'll formulate an opinion at that point in time.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'll
I'm
probably
not-
see it on some $5 Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bitch about it and be like, it looks like shit, yada yada yada. It's just like I will watch it, and if it's good, it's
a woman in
good.
jumpsuit, so unattractive. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, you had to go there.
Of course I did.
And you know what? If it could be exactly like frickin' other remakes, like Total Recall.
That was
So
bad.
bad.
I like Total Recall.
Well, what was a good remake I watched recently? Oh, what
Hulk?
was that called?
Hulk.
See, here. Oh, yeah.
What?
If you want to go like that, the Hulk was a good remake, but
Yeah.
that I also think that one doesn't count as a remake.
The Spider-Man series.
Which one are you looking at the remake for?
The Ultimate is better than.
Okay,
The other
the
one.
first one was really good. The second one, Sony dropped the ball on everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Everyone, if you talk to anybody about a remake, they'll say one remake sucked, but the other remake that was here was good. Like, I'm trying to think of one that sucked really bad. Total Recall, for example. I hate Total Recall. The
But I
A-Team,
love the first one.
but the
first
A-Team
one, yeah.
remake was actually pretty damn good. But yet, to be honest, if you looked at the Rotten Tomatoes, they both suck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
but
at Rotten.
it's
So
it's
it's
personal preference.
exactly. Exactly. It's all personal preference.
Yeah,
So
some movies will talk more to someone than to
Okay,
someone else.
can we go with Turtles?
Turtles.
That was
which
my
one would? Yeah, the how many times did that get rebooted? And
No, the only good ones are from the 80s.
yes.
Everything
Yeah.
else is crap and should be
When they have
deleted and
the
forgotten.
animatronic masks. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Although the second one wasn't bad. I will give that one. The second one of the new series.
Yeah, I'm still not watching
I
it.
still can't get over the nose on the new one.
The, they look like they were modeled in Unreal.
They looked like they got hit in the face with a piece of wood.
Well, they probably did, while they were training.
Wow.
Just,
It's like, oh, let me just do everyone evenly so you all look the same.
So, Pokemon Go.
He's like those
Oh.
turtles.
Let's-
Don't they all look alike?
Oh, don't they all? Yeah. But all I gotta say about Pokemon Go is today, I went to the distributor around here for cell phones to price out a phone and a data plan so I could play it. I really
Attaboy.
want to play it
And let me guess, it was a
Attaboy.
crap
because
load of
I'm
money.
gonna be fit as fuck by the time I'm done.
Hell yeah. All right. So what do you guys want to know about Pokemon Go?
Did you catch Mew yet?
No.
Then you're no expert and you have no right to tell us what we want to know.
Mew does not currently exist in the game.
Mew, really?
Wasn't it not in that red panel van that I saw on Reddit?
Pretty sure it was.
Free
So-
candy.
I have a story that happened to one of the people on our site, Sly. So Sly has downloaded the APK for it on his system,
Like
and
everyone else.
like everyone else in Canada that can't get Pokemon Go but really want to play it. So Sly, who, as we all know, if you watched a couple podcasts ago, you will know who he is. He's a fairly big guy, we'll say that. So he was walking around apparently from midnight to about 4 in the morning, catching Pokemon, which
Yeah, sounds about right.
which is fucking amazing to hear that. But he's also got stopped by the cops during that because one of the gyms in our area is a cemetery. So
Well,
he's walking around and finds a Pokemon gym, sets his Pokemon in place. The cops roll by, seeing him with his phone just
around.
poking around. So they have to stop him and ask him what the fuck he's doing. And he's just like, "Oh, I'm catching Pokemon. See, here's the whole device. It's I'm just setting up the gym, which happens to be the cemetery here, and also the church that's over there." It's like, I feel like they chose the worst places to put the gyms, being a
I'm
public
pretty
place.
sure it's random though. They don't go and select it
It's
themselves.
it is not random.
No,
They
no, they
they
go to like,
are
locations on the map and put one there.
So the way that they did it was they took the game Ingress and they transposed the portals into Pokestops, and then they looked at the data for each Pokestop, and they went, okay, this one is a popular spot to hit. This one is a major landmark. This one's been marked good by X number of people, and made it a Pokemon gym in Pokemon Go.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So, like at school, we got a crap ton of sculptures that people have made or donated to the campus or whatever. One of them is this 100-foot tall metal sculpture called the Sentinel. that sculpture is a Pokemon gym. But the sculpture that is, 20 foot tall, 30 feet to the left is just a normal Pokestop. It's not as big, it's not as grand, it's not as popular. There's a sundial on campus that people use as a reference of where to go to get different places. That's a Pokemon gym. So they took the bigger waypoints and made them into Pokemon gyms in common areas. So a church, a cemetery, places that a lot of people actually go to become the gyms.
So, and this actually has affected some stuff in the news as well, because there's been a couple reports. First one that we have to talk about is Westboro Baptist Church. They got hit with a Pokemon gym right on their church.
Yep.
So the first thing that gets put up there is a Clefairy called Love is Love. It is.
Now, just a note with that, you can't actually see other people's nicknames. So if this person had not posted that particular screenshot to Reddit saying it was named Love is Love, you wouldn't know. But just the fact that there is a Clefairy, a fairy-type Pokemon, sitting on top of the Westboro church is hilarious and perfect. And I'll tell you something. I don't care who puts what kind of level Pokemon on that. It's going to be taken down, and another Clefairy is going up. Guarantee it.
Guarantee it. That is a
Stronger,
war
better
zone right
Clefairy.
now. So
Yeah.
now, the Westboro Baptist Church actually said that they are going to be trying to compete against it, and yeah, they said they were going to compete against
That's
it, and
awesome.
their champion Pokemon to put up there is a Jigglypuff.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they
How-
chose a Jigglypuff to fight
all
that
things.
Clefairy.
That's also a fairy type.
I know, which is even better.
Doesn't make
So-
sense.
They're fighting fairies with fairies.
I would have put a Doug Trio in there.
Um,
You just know it's three. Wow, I forgot what the base Pokemon's called. Diglett. You
yeah.
just know it's three Diglets rubbing against each other on the ground.
Well, yeah, it's a full-blown orgy.
Yeah.
My favorite one that I saw was at the Pentagon. They had a Snorlax.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It goes to show the American government. Oh yeah.
I just find it amusing that there is a Pokemon gym inside of the Pentagon.
Hmm.
And the
you
White
said.
House.
Yep.
A lot of traffic.
Well, the Pentagon shouldn't have a lot of traffic. I think that one was one of the ones
It's
that
all
just
about
added.
cell phone usage, right? Like if they have the app on, like whatever the other app was called, Ingress, you called it?
Fingers. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's a secure enough location that they probably have like security checks when you walk in the building.
Yeah.
More like checkpoints and security clearance in some areas, but I'm sure
Well-
if you walk into the lobby, anyone can walk in.
No.
No?
As far as I'm aware, the Pentagon is a non-public area.
Yeah, it's a secure fucking building.
There's no tours of the Pentagon.
Yeah.
You look at it from 500 yards away, and you've got 16 people watching your every movement.
Yeah.
That's the Pentagon. That's where actually national secrets are held.
No, it's in a bunker in like Oregon or something.
Nah, it's like
That's what they
500.
want you to think.
It's like 3 miles below the Pentagon. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's Area 51.
So all that really tells me, since there's a Snorlax in there, is that somebody in the Pentagon is playing Pokemon Go.
Numerous people, because at one point it was owned by the red team, and there was a Pidgeot on it.
Taxars at work. It's amazing. So, yeah, so we have that. We have Westboro Baptist. We also
I
have
have
this.
no problem with the Pentagon playing Pokemon Go, just for the record.
Oh,
No.
yeah, no, they can. Like, I'm assuming the White House has a gym on there, and probably Obama has like some sort of Pokemon guarding it there as well. So,
I want to know his username.
but we also have the one story of I didn't have his name written down, but this one guy that his house was previously a church, and now people are standing outside his house with their phones battling for 10 to 15 minutes because his house is now marked as a gym.
Flawless.
I would own that moment. I would work from home, and when someone was challenging my gym, I would slam the door open and say challenge accepted. I would sit on the porch and stare them down while I played.
Just challenge accepted. Yeah, I would own that up. If this house ended up being a Pokemon Center or like
I would have flags of Team Red outside, or whether team I was from. And whenever it got contested, I would have friends drive up in their cars, like gangland style.
it's horrible.
Like, as soon as the battle starts, you see, like, 6 cars drive up the road. People get out in suits and just, like, stand around and go,
Pull out their
Yeah.
phones.
Well, yeah, you have to
If
whip
you
out
want to
all
play the gym,
Yakuza
you have
style.
to go first.
Yeah, it's all about showing up all Yakuza style.
So, one other thing that we also had with Pokemon Go, what else did we had? There was a murder that was reported at one point in time that was believed
someone
to be a
found a body in
hoax.
the river.
Not sure if
Yeah.
that's true or not, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I don't know. There was the policeman there in a corner in another.
the one with the body in the river that has been proven to be true.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a bank robbery? Like some sort of robbery also?
There was a
Well-
robbery using the lore system, which is
Yep.
a device that you can put down to get more Pokemons, which in return will bring more trainers. And what these 3 assholes did is that when trainers came up, they robbed them with a weapon.
Yeah.
The reports never said what the weapons were. I believe it was a knife. But they would rob them, and the cops caught them after they found out that, they were using Pokemon Go to catch all the trainers.
To catch the people, that's great.
To catch the trainers. They were their own Team Rocket, and they didn't do the catchphrase. These assholes.
Let me guess, they had a fucking...
That's one thing
they
that's
had
going to
the
be an
cash.
issue with slurs, especially at parks, with kids
Yep.
around.
Yep.
That's why even Nintendo has been mentioning use the buddy system, which
Yeah.
is a great method anyways. Just you should always have friends with you.
Well, there's all... And,
You got to get like 3 cars full of people following each other.
yeah. And
To get
the
to a lower
warning...
stop.
And
Just
the
push
warning
forward.
when you load the game up is great. Make sure you watch your surroundings.
Yes, because there has already been car accidents, people running into places, reports of people walking into places that they shouldn't be,
Yeah.
like a police
was,
stations and.
There was actually a police station, I forget where it was, I want to say California, but
Melbourne.
what?
I don't know why, but Melbourne, Australia comes to mind.
No, it
I
was
think-
in the United States. But police station released a public bulletin saying, hey, we know that there's a waypoint in here, we know Pokemon spawn in here, but unless you have legitimate business to be inside of the building, you can catch them safely from the road.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear about someone that crosses like a 4-lane highway or something.
Well, I know on
Across the
campus,
401.
on campus, there's already been people-on-people collisions from people like longboarding or bike riding and playing the game at the same time, running into other people.
Oh, Jesus.
And there was at least one accident just off campus from Pokemon Go as well.
Stupid people.
See, this is why we can't have good stuff.
Don't catch drive, people. Don't catch and drive.
Catch and drive.
Well, yeah, there's already like law enforcement that have already put warnings. I'm just waiting for like the mad ads.
I'm just glad that none of the Game It All crew has actually gotten this so far. I'm glad we have smart people.
Oh yeah, like,
Which
my day-to-day life is gonna come first before Pokemon Go. But what I like about Pokemon Go, it was actually Australia. I'm right. I looked it up. It's actually, um, just a sec. I knew that came to mind. It's not Melbourne though. It's Darwin. Apparently the place is called.
That's
Oh.
funny.
Yeah.
So, a couple
Evolution
other
of
things.
stupid people.
Couple other things about Pokemon Go, and for those of you who are looking to download it and play it, the servers are crap.
Uh-huh.
There's
They
a
are
massive influx of people.
constantly going down. The app is very glitchy. The app will freeze. It'll stop you from being able to catch Pokemon. It'll stop you from being able to finish off gyms. That being said, it is a lot of fun. I can say that earlier today, during my lunch hour, I was wandering around campus and there were just a ton of people, and you're just like, hey, that group's playing Pokemon Go. And you'd stop and you'd talk to them and you'd find out what team they were on, and they're on a different team, and you're just laughing and having a good time. I was wandering around my apartment complex, and this guy drives up in a truck, looks over and goes, "You guys playing Pokemon?" And we're like, "Yes." And he goes, "There's a Squirtle around here somewhere. I'm gonna go find it." And drives off. And we're just like, "What?" And we look at the app, and sure enough, there's a Squirtle. And we spent like the next 10 minutes trying to locate where the Squirtle was, wound up with 3 more people in our group, all trying to find this freaking Squirtle. And we ended up wandering around town, and we did find it, and along with several other things. But it was just the most random thing, because this guy literally just drives up inside of a truck, like slows down, stops, asks these 3, relatively speaking, kids, "You guys playing Pokemon?" And the guy's probably like 30. And we go, "Yeah, I'm gonna go find that Squirtle. It's around here somewhere."
Yep.
To just be lucky he didn't say, "Hey kids, you guys want to see my Squirtle?"
Wrong.
Hey,
But yeah,
kids,
like
see my
it's
Weedle?
Oh, there's already
I-
been not safe for work pictures of Pokemon Go. Trust me.
well,
on
I
that.
already I caught a Weedle at work. It was on my keyboard.
That sounds about right.
Yep, great days
Yeah,
at work.
Yeah, most tech centers have Weedles that we've noticed.
I've got Charmander spawning around my tech center.
Well, I had a Charmander at the house.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
So how many
supposedly,
Pokemons are in the game right now? Is it just the first 150 or?
not 100% sure yet.
Okay.
The Pokedex does not show you all of the Pokemon from what I've heard. I know that Mew is not currently in the game, and I don't think anyone's actually found Mewtwo yet. But he was in the advertisements, so it's assumed that they are in the game.
It's just an urban it's just an urban legend.
No one's found a Ditto either.
Or did they? Nah, they haven't found it yet.
Because there's actually an infographic online of what Pokemon are common, what ones are rare, what ones are special, and then there's like the ultra rare ones like the Dratini and Jinx and Lapras, and then just below it is not yet confirmed Ditto.
Here's a question for you. Do water Pokemons only spawn by water?
No.
That's a shame.
They will spawn when it rains.
Okay, because
That is
this would be
great.
really cool in my opinion, if Pokemon spawned in their own environment for the most part.
They have a higher chance of spawning in their own environment. I know that I've found a Magikarp on our complex, and there's no body of water anywhere. But for the most part, they actually do a pretty good job of near water is where you're going to find water Pokemon. And then they added things like when it rains, you'll find more water Pokemon. When it's a thunderstorm, you'll find more electric type Pokemon. When it's a really hot sunny day out, you'll find more fire Pokemon.
So it sounds like a lot of people are getting
If you
electrocuted.
go to a UFC match, you find a lot more fighting Pokemon.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Actually, I wonder if you can manipulate it and like have a hose out, spray water in the air, and then like get water Pokemon to spawn.
I doubt
Or
it.
does it work using like the weather network information for your area?
I'm going
I-
to bet on Weather Network.
Yeah, and well, it probably uses like some Google something.
I'm not sure what it uses, but it's and it also might not be 100% confirmed that it does do weather, but from what I've read, it does. And when there was a thunderstorm up near my dad's house where I was this weekend, and there was a lot of electric type Pokemon.
So yeah.
Did you catch a Voltorb?
No, I
Why
haven't
not?
seen.
Uh,
Did get
those are my
some
favorite Pokemons because they look like a Pokeball.
Yes. Dude, in the original games, those were awful because you're like, is this a Pokemon or is this an item? I don't know.
Oh, like it's a Pokemon. Oh no, it's self-destructed. Oh no, I just got sent back to the Pokemon Center. My life when I was a kid.
But yeah, like this brings me back to like the mid '90s when everyone had the Pokemon cards.
I still have some of those laying
Oh,
around.
I know, I still have them. They're tucked away, but it brings
Hey,
me
you want to
back
trade
to.
a Charizard?
Mine aren't even tucked away, bro. I was playing them a few weeks ago.
But yeah, it brings me back to that whole thing that everyone had these cards and everyone was trading them, or going, "Oh, did you see what?" So we're back to that, and
There
yeah.
is no trade feature in the game yet.
But
Or it
yeah,
does.
The most interaction you have with other people are the Pokemon gyms, where you can battle and take it over for your team or reinforce your teams. Because you can level up the gym and have it be. You know how, like in the original games, when you went to the first gym, there was like 2 trainers in front of Brock.
You
Then in
know,
the second gym, there was like 3 trainers in front of Misty. So on and so forth.
how much do lures cost?
It depends on how you get them. You can get them by leveling up, which is obviously 100% free. Otherwise, it costs 100 Poke Coins for one, or maybe it's 80. And the 2 ways that you can get Poke Coins are one, you pay money to get them, and it's like $1 for 100.
Okay.
Or B, and this is the cool part, the Nintendo actually did incorporate a way so it's not just a pay-to-win game. So if you control a gym and you open up the shop, in the top right corner there is a little shield, and it's called the Defender bonus. And it multiplies by how many gyms you are a part of, up to 10, and gives you like 100 of the Stardust and 10 Poke Coins per gym.
Oh, okay.
And you can
Interesting.
collect that once every 20 hours.
I feel like a lot of $1 blowjobs are going to be given over this game.
terrible.
It is terrible.
You know what? You guys were all thinking it. I had the balls to say it.
I wasn't thinking it.
Well, you
Balls
are
in your
now.
mouth, maybe.
No, it's those people. It's the
Starting
parents that
early.
have. It's the parents that have their credit card linked to their freaking phones.
Yep.
If you have a family, if you have kids, that's the worst idea you could have.
That's
Yeah, but
why
the
you
key-
set it to ask for your password.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what you do. Or just don't link your credit card to your phone.
Yeah.
I'm fine with having it linked, but it does need to authenticate every transaction.
Well, yeah, you can't just click away.
Well,
need
you
two-step authentication.
you
You
can
gotta be
set
at
it.
your computer to get the email that can only be sent to your computer.
You can set it to not require anything.
Yeah.
I just don't recommend it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But yeah, Pokemon. It's a thing.
Pokemon
And
Go.
So
My
Luke, you're telling me
absolute-
you don't play?
My favorite part about it is it truly is getting people up out of their houses and walking around.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
which is
Like I said, a lot of people are gonna get fit as fuck playing this game.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
yeah,
already
'cause-
people with sore legs right now.
Well,
Well, yeah,
that's
Well,
because
their
it-
fault.
people
They
are
can't walk for an
competitive as
hour
fuck.
then.
there was a meme online that was Pokemon Go has done more in 24 hours than Michelle Obama has done in the past 8 years to get people up and moving.
Pretty much.
This is true. This is very true. All right. Well, I think that is our podcast for tonight. Actually, we still need to go through the games of the week. Let me just pull up that list here.
Pokemon Go.
Oh, Pokemon Go, of course, came out earlier this week. Oh, last
Or
week.
Last week, yeah.
Last week.
Close enough.
Close enough. We're good. So, for July 12th, the new releases, we have Seven Dragon 3 Code VFD for the 3DS.
Okay.
Yeah. Assault Suit Leonos for Windows and PS4. Ghostbusters for the Windows PS4, Xbox One. There we go. Kerbal Space Program for the PS4 and Xbox One. Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Versus Force, PS Vita.
That's a long-ass title.
Necropolis for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Poly Bridge for Windows, Mac, and Linux. I am like slurring my words. I must be drunk. Song of the Deep, the latest game from Insomniac Games. That's actually published by GameStop.
Stop.
GameStop.
place.
See, I don't think it's because you're too drunk. I think you're just not drunk enough.
Yeah, I think
How
that's
many beers
Never
have you
drunk
had,
enough.
Luke?
2.
That's not enough.
There's
Yeah,
a
that's
problem.
not enough. That is not enough. That is my problem.
Need at least 3 more.
Yeah. We have Tumblestone for Windows, PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. Under Night in Birth EXE Late, Windows. Video Ball, Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, Xbox One. Daydreamer Awakening Edition. Also, on the 14th, we have Push Me, Pull You.
Say that again?
Push Me, Pull You. For Windows, Mac, and Linux.
That's what she said?
I
That's
guess.
dirty. That is dirty.
And on the 15th, we have Adrift for the PS4, Monster Hunter Generation for the 3DS. And yeah, that is it for this week. Next week is a major one, which is I Am Setsuna for Windows and PS4. Very excited for that game. Anybody that's a fan of the Chrono Trigger series should be paying attention to that one. So I'm actually excited to hear more about the Seventh Dragon 3 Code VFD. If you're a 3DS owner, that is one to look out for. It is a awesome JRPG.
Which one?
Seventh Dragon 3 Code
Dragon.
VFD. It's a game that involves killing dragons and time traveling. So
Interesting.
it's definitely something to look out for.
I don't like dragons. I want to ride them.
Well, you gotta wait.
I think you just have to kill them in this one.
You gotta wait for
Yeah.
whatchamacallit.
How
All
to
right.
train a dragon?
Didn't they already make a game of that at some
I
point?
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I stopped worrying about that. Anyways, all right, that is everything we have here for tonight. So, for GameItAll.com, I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, it's Peanut25.
I'm Sexy Voice Rick.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Remnant.
Don't forget to visit our website, like our social medias, like and subscribe the video, and check out our sponsor, HostGator. If you go to HostGator.com and sign up for your first hosting package, use the coupon code GameItAll for 20% off your first package.
Hey.
All right, and once again, for GameItAll.com, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.
Ciao.